My name is Oliver, and I never thought my fresh start in Singapore would lead me back into my ex-wife's mess. After 8 years of marriage, Jessica and I called it quits. The divorce was relatively clean, or so I thought. "I just need space to figure out who I am," she'd said during our final conversation. I nodded. "I get it. We grew apart." "You're really moving to Singapore?" she asked. "The job offer is too good to pass up," I replied. "Fresh start for both of us." She smiled, though it didn't quite reach her eyes. "Fresh start, yeah." 6 weeks after I moved overseas for my tech consulting position, I got a text from my buddy Kevin back in Portland. "Dude, did you know Jessica got married already?" he wrote. I stared at my phone in disbelief. "What? To who?" I typed back. "Some guy named Brandon Wheeler. They posted wedding photos all over social media." I felt a knot form in my stomach, but I pushed it aside. We were done. She could do whatever she wanted. That was until 3 months later when I received an urgent email from the Veterans Affairs Office. "Mr. Oliver Patterson, we need to verify your current status regarding survivor benefits," the email read. I called immediately. "This is Oliver Patterson. What's this about survivor benefits?" The woman on the phone sounded confused. "Sir, we have documentation that you're deceased. Your widow has been collecting benefits." "I'm very much alive," I said slowly, "and my ex-wife isn't my widow because we're divorced." There was a long pause. "Sir, we have a marriage certificate here dated 6 months ago between you and Jessica Patterson. No divorce decree on file." My blood ran cold. "That's impossible. I'm in Singapore. I've been here for 4 months." "We'll need to investigate this immediately," she said. "This could be fraud." I hung up and immediately called Kevin. "I need you to do me a favor. Find out everything you can about Jessica and this Brandon guy." "What's going on?" he asked. "I think they're stealing from me," I said, "and I'm going to prove it." Kevin got back to me within 2 days. "Oliver, this is worse than you thought." "Tell me," I said. "Jessica never filed our divorce paperwork with the VA. She's been claiming you're MIA or deceased while collecting your survivor benefits. Meanwhile, she legally married Brandon under her maiden name in a different county." I felt rage building inside me. "So she's married to 2 people?" "Technically, yeah. Bigamy and fraud." "Time to come home," I said. I flew back to Portland a week later and immediately contacted an attorney. Sarah Rodriguez came highly recommended. She sat across from me in her office, reviewing the documents I'd gathered. "This is blatant fraud," she said. "Your ex-wife has been collecting approximately $3,000 monthly in benefits meant for deceased veteran spouses." "For how long?" I asked. "Based on these records, 5 months. That's $15,000. I shook my head in disgust. "Plus, she's legally married to someone else?" "That's bigamy," Sarah confirmed. "We need to document everything. Do you have proof you're alive and in Singapore?" I handed her my passport, work visa, and employment records. "All time-stamped and verified." "Perfect," she said. "We'll also need to prove she knew you were alive." Kevin walked into the office. I'd asked him to join us as a witness. "I've got screenshots of Jessica and me texting about Oliver's new job in Singapore," Kevin offered. "She definitely knew where he was." Sarah smiled. "Even better. Did she ever mention the VA benefits?" "Not directly," Kevin said, "but she did post about some unexpected income blessing on Facebook the same week the benefits started." "Screenshot that too," Sarah instructed. "Oliver, I'm going to contact the VA's fraud investigation unit and the local authorities. This is both civil and criminal." "What about Brandon?" I asked. "Is he involved?" Sarah leaned back. "Good question. We need to find out what he knows." Kevin pulled out his phone. "I did some digging. Brandon works at the same insurance company where Jessica works. That's how they met." "So he might be helping her with the fraud," I said. "Let's find out," Sarah replied. "I'm going to hire a private investigator. We need records of their finances, communications, anything that shows premeditation. 2 weeks later, we had our evidence. The investigator, Detective Mike Harris, presented his findings. Jessica and Brandon have been planning this for at least 8 months, he said. I found emails between them discussing maximizing the payout before you even filed for divorce. They were planning this during our marriage? I felt sick. Yes, Harris confirmed. Brandon suggested she delay filing the divorce paperwork with certain agencies. They researched how long it would take for the VA to verify your status overseas. Sarah reviewed the emails. This shows intent, conspiracy to commit fraud. There's more, Harris added. They used the benefit money for their wedding and honeymoon. I have credit card receipts. So they celebrated their illegal marriage with stolen money? I said bitterly. Kevin whistled. That's cold. We have everything we need, Sarah declared. Time to notify the authorities and file a civil suit for the full amount plus damages. Do it, I said. I want everything back, and I want them to face consequences. Sarah arranged a meeting at her office under the pretense of clearing up paperwork issues. Jessica and Brandon arrived looking confused. Why are we here? Jessica asked as they walked in. Have a seat, Sarah said calmly. I stepped out from the conference room. Hi, Jessica. Her face went white. Oliver? What are you doing here? Funny question, I replied, since I'm supposed to be dead according to the VA. Brandon stood up. What's he talking about? Sit down, Mr. Wheeler, Sarah commanded. We have evidence of fraud, bigamy, and conspiracy. Jessica's hands started shaking. I don't know what you mean. I slid a folder across the table. Really? Because we have your emails discussing how to maximize the payout from my veteran benefits. Brandon grabbed the folder and started reading. His face turned red. Jessica, you said this was legitimate. You knew exactly what we were doing, she snapped at him. I thought you filed for widow benefits because he abandoned you, Brandon shot back. Sarah interjected. Mr. Wheeler, we have emails with your name on them. You're complicit. This is a mistake, Jessica pleaded. Oliver, we can work this out. Work it out? I laughed. You committed fraud and bigamy. You're legally married to 2 people. The second marriage isn't valid, she stammered. We can annul it. That doesn't change the $15,000 you stole, I said. Brandon stood up again. I'm not going down for this. I'm calling my lawyer. Good idea, Sarah said. You'll need one. The VA's fraud investigation unit is already involved. So are local authorities. Jessica, you said this was foolproof, Brandon yelled. Shut up, she screamed back. We have everything, I continued. Bank records showing you spent the benefit money on your wedding and vacation. Texts between you and Kevin proving you knew I was alive and in Singapore. Your false statements to the VA. Jessica started crying. I needed that money. The divorce left me with nothing. You got half of everything we owned, I countered. You just wanted more. Please, Oliver, she begged. Don't do this. I'll pay it back. Sarah answered for me. You'll pay it back plus penalties, legal fees, and damages, and you'll both face criminal charges. Brandon grabbed his coat. I'm leaving. You'll want to stay, Sarah said. The prosecutor wants to speak with both of you today. 3 months later, I sat in Sarah's office for the final settlement conference. The government is seizing their assets to recover the stolen benefits, Sarah explained, plus our civil judgment. How much are they losing? I asked. Their house is being sold, Brandon's 401k is being garnished, Jessica's car was repossessed last week. I nodded, feeling satisfied. Good. The door opened and a man in a suit entered. Mr. Patterson, I'm Tom Anderson from the VA's legal division. Nice to meet you, I said, shaking his hand. We wanted to thank you personally, Tom said. Your case exposed a loophole we've now closed. You're getting full restitution. Plus damages, Sarah added. Tom nodded. $15,000 in benefits plus $50,000 in punitive damages and legal fees. The check will be ready next week. What about criminal charges? I asked. The prosecutor is here to discuss that, Tom said. A woman entered the room. Mr. Patterson, I'm District Attorney Rachel Kim. I wanted to update you on the criminal case. Please, I gestured to a chair. Jessica Patterson and Brandon Wheeler have both been charged with fraud and conspiracy, Rachel explained. Brandon is also facing charges for his role in falsifying documents. Are they going to jail? I asked directly. We're offering a plea deal, she said. 5 years probation, full restitution, and permanent records. If they refuse, we'll go to trial and push for prison time. Sarah leaned forward. What are the chances they'll reject the deal? Slim, Rachel replied. Their lawyer knows we have them dead to rights. The emails alone are damning. My phone buzzed. It was Kevin. How's it going? He texted. I texted back. They're finished. Rachel continued. Jessica tried to claim she didn't understand the system. Her lawyer shut that down fast when we showed the emails. What about Brandon? I asked. He's trying to flip on Jessica, Rachel said. Claims she manipulated him. But his emails prove he was an active participant. So they're turning on each other, I observed. Like rats on a sinking ship, Sarah said with satisfaction. Tom from the VA spoke up. Their financial situation is dire. The house sale won't cover half of what they owe between the government and your civil judgment. They'll be paying this off for years, Rachel added, plus probation fees and court costs. I felt a wave of justice wash over me. And their reputations? Sarah smiled. I may have ensured the local news got wind of the story. It ran yesterday. Jessica's employer terminated her, Tom added. Insurance fraud while working at an insurance company? Career suicide. Brandon too? I asked. Same company, Rachel confirmed. Both terminated for moral turpitude. The door opened again and Jessica's mother walked in. Mr. Patterson, may I speak with you? I nodded. Mrs. Chen, come in. She looked exhausted. I wanted to apologize for my daughter. I had no idea what she was doing. I appreciate that, I said carefully. I've cut her off completely, she continued. What she did to you, after everything, I'm ashamed. Rachel interjected gently. Mrs. Chen, you don't need to be here for this. I wanted Oliver to know that some of us have morals, she said firmly. Jessica is on her own now. After she left, Sarah pulled out the final settlement documents. Sign here and here, she instructed. This officially closes the civil case with full judgment in your favor. I signed. What happens now? They pay or they face additional legal consequences, Sarah said. The court can garnish wages indefinitely until the debt is satisfied. Even if they file bankruptcy? I asked. Fraud debt can't be discharged, Rachel explained. They're stuck with it. Tom stood up. Mr. Patterson, on behalf of the VA, thank you for your service and for bringing this to our attention. Just wanted what was mine, I replied. You got that and more, Sarah said, sliding the settlement check across the table. $65,000. I looked at the check, then at the team who'd helped me. Thank you all. Our pleasure, Rachel said. These cases restore my faith in justice. Kevin burst into the office. Sorry I'm late. Did I miss it? Perfect timing, I said. Want to help me celebrate? Absolutely, he grinned. What's the damage? Total financial ruin, Sarah answered. House gone, retirement account seized, careers destroyed, criminal records, and they still owe money. And Oliver? Kevin asked. I smiled. Moving back to Singapore next week with $65,000 and a clean slate. Sarah raised her coffee cup. To justice. To getting everything back, I added. Jessica and Brandon thought they could steal from me while I was overseas, and I'd never find out. They were wrong. Have you ever had to fight back against someone who tried to take advantage of you when you were far away? What would you have done in my situation? Like and subscribe for more stories about people who refused to be victims and fought back the right way.